What is going on, Jet fans? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video, and what I want to get into today is quite exciting to me, and it is that Derek Carr might actually come in a little bit cheaper than originally anticipated. According to reports, Derek Carr is looking for $35 million per year in free agency after his visit with the Saints and the New York Jets. That is being reported by Deanna Rossini of ESPN. Now, when I did the video the other day, I went through and did my projection on what I thought the contract would be, and my example was kind of splitting the difference between 35 and 40, and I went at 37.5 million. I saw people saying that it would be upwards of $40 million, which the quarterback market gets absolutely crazy sometimes, and I thought 40 was a little bit on the higher side, but that was probably the absolute max that it would go, and it seems like 35 is what it's going to end up being. And even I would have been comfortable at 37. Hell, I probably would have bit the bullet and did it at 40 if that's what it really came to, assuming that Aaron Rodgers isn't someone that you could land via the trade. Then Derek Carr is the next best option. You got to do everything you can to get him here. So far, he has only met with the New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets, so he's only had 2 meetings. That means I would imagine that he's going to continue taking these meetings. I don't think he's going to make a decision anytime soon, which, again, I'll reiterate, it kind of plays into the Jets' favor because they are trying to see what's going to happen with, I was going to say Derek Carr, but Aaron Rodgers. So those, as of this second, seem like the top 2 options that the Jets are considering, and those are my top 2 options, so that is definitely a plus. $35 million a year would put him tied with Kirk Cousins at 9 for the highest paid quarterback, and putting him and Kirk in that same tier kind of makes sense. I think, you know, they're similar kind of players in the sense that they're like right outside the top 10 for quarterbacks, but they're solid. They're good players. And for Kirk, unfortunately, you know, he's had some good defenses. He's had really good weapons, just hasn't been able to get his team over the hump and take that next step. You would hope that Derek Carr would be able to do that if he signed with the New York Jets. Does not have any playoff success yet. He's only played in 1 playoff game. That came in 2021. He lost to Joe Burrow and the Bengals. What was it, 26-19? Something like that. It was a close, tight game, went right down to the wire at the end there, but unable to score and get the game sent to overtime. So I am all good. Again, I'll reiterate again one more time. I'm good with giving him the $40 million. If it's 35, great. In a capped sport, you need to get the salary as low as possible at times to help you. And there's ways to structure contracts too, so that you can get the number a little bit lower. But if the AAV is at 35 rather than 40 million, 5 might not sound like a big difference, but that's probably the difference between keeping Quincy Williams or losing a Quincy Williams, or, you know, pick your depth guy at that point. And there's ways that the Jets could, you know, manipulate the roster and cut it down even more so if they needed to create some space. But yeah, potentially some good news that Derek Carr might not be as costly as we originally thought. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I want you to drop your comments down below. Get after me on social media. Subscribe here if you're new. I'll catch you next time.
Wow.